Yo, what's up guys, this is Uber Jack here with another video for you today. And today's video is going to be an Ola video because I just feel like we haven't really sort of spoke about Ola for a little while on this channel, and it's something that I do want to keep guys up to date on, because obviously they're new. People want to know about them. People want to know, you know, when they're coming to their area and things like that. So it's just a little video just to touch on that, and let you guys know, you know, what. Sorry that the camera's shaking. I'm trying to mount it in a certain position there, but it seems to be playing up a little bit. So yeah, I just wanted to give some information about possible areas that Ola will be moving into over the coming sort of months, maybe stretch it out throughout the rest of the year. Myself, first of all, I'll just let you know what I've been doing with Ola lately. I'd say for the last, say, 3 or 4 weeks, I haven't been doing any Ola. Today's actually the first day, and that's what reminded me of a video that I wanted to make, which I'm doing now. So the reason why I sort of just put Ola on pause, I wouldn't say I stopped working for them or taking work off them. I just put them on pause for a bit, and the main reason behind that was because God, this camera is shaking so bad. That's a bit better. So I'm driving, obviously. So yeah, so the main reason why okay, so an Ola request came up then, which I'm on my way to now. So yeah, sorry about that. Gone in. Okay, no. Yeah, so what happened was, when I changed the car to the Mondeo, the process of changing your vehicle with Ola wasn't very straightforward. I mean, it was straightforward in one sense, because what I did, I just went down to the office and emailed my documents over to this email address, and then it changed, but it didn't change on the app. It only changed in the back office, so that I was legal and all that stuff, you know. So on the app it was still showing as the old vehicle, the Skoda, and that meant that I had to ring every customer that I was on the way to and just let them know that I was in a different vehicle. Now, not every customer answered, which is a problem, obviously. But not only that, it's just tiring doing that for every customer. You know, the conversation was like along the lines of, "Oh, hi, just so you know, it's your Ola driver here. I'm coming in a different vehicle." And then some people would be like, "Why? What?" You know, and I was just thinking to myself, you know, on Uber, I've switched the car straight away, and I don't need to do that. So that's what I did. I just cracked on with Uber, forgot about Ola for a little bit, and I had a phone call from Ola this week, just saying to me that, you know, they'd sorted out the issue now with the vehicle change, and that you know, I could get the vehicle properly changed onto the app. So, you know, I did that, and today's my first day back working with them, and actually that 2 weeks, I'd say 2 weeks, I don't know, actually it might be more like 4 weeks, that time that I've had off, I feel like they've got busier, which is great, because that was another kind of slight issue. Like, when you're trying to run Uber and Ola next to each other, what will always happen is you'll accept an Uber trip, you're on the way to the customer, and then an Ola request will either come up on the way or once the customer's with you. And then it's really obviously frustrating, because, you know, you can't do both. Maybe the Ola one comes through and you know where the destination is, and it was a better one than what you're on the Uber, and then that pisses you off a bit. So there is a way to you know, run both, but it's hard. It is hard, and it is better to run both, obviously, because you're giving yourself more options. I spoke about this, you know, at the very beginning when I first started talking about Ola, that you're giving yourself more options, and that's still true. That's still relevant. That's not going to change. But what you need to do is master, and I haven't mastered it yet, but you need to master the way to get the balance really right, where you're not wasting your time, because that's the worst part. If you waste any of your time during the day, you think, is this worth it, you know, this, that and the other. But Ola's definitely worth it. The lower commission is great. They have Surge now as well, which is great, and it's an extra set of jobs for you to possibly get whilst you're doing Uber. So and they're definitely getting busier. So yeah, so that was just a brief explanation of what I've been doing with Ola. You'll see more videos coming up for them, definitely, because now I'm back working with them again, back taking work off them. And yeah, as I say, pleasantly surprised today about how busy it's been. I think I did about 12 jobs in like 3 hours, so 4 trips an hour. Very good, really good. And they weren't like £2, £3 jobs. They were like sort of £5-6. So, you know, you're looking like 20 quid an hour roughly. So yeah, so that's that. But Ola are expanding again. They're always going to be expanding. Let's just put it that way. It's not that they're expanding again. They're always going to be expanding. I mean, the plan is full expansion throughout the UK. I think they wanted that by the end of this year, but I don't know if that's going to work out. But it seems to me what they're doing at the moment is looking particularly at the southwest. So, you know, obviously they're in Bristol, they're in Exeter, they're in Cardiff, South Wales. And now I think the next destinations on their list for you to keep an eye out on is Torquay. Torquay and somewhere else. I'll put it in the title of the video so that you guys can see that when you click it. It's Torquay and somewhere else. But it seems to me like the southwest is where they're trying to really take a stronghold of the market. And that kind of makes sense for me, because I don't think Uber's popping as much in places like Devon and southwest, that sort of area, as it is in, like, say, London, Manchester, Birmingham. So it kind of makes sense to raise your profile in perhaps the Uber less dominant areas, because it's going to be super easy for them to come in and breeze past the local firms. You know, they won't be able to compete, and that's already been happening already. And then they can just sort of, you know, stay on par with the Uber, or not on par, but, you know, trying to close the gap with them. I think it's easier to do that before stretching out to sort of Birmingham, Manchester, Liverpool, Newcastle, London. I think this is probably the best way, thinking about it now. Take on the southwest, get a stronghold there, and then branch out to the big cities one by one. And before you know it, they'll be established. I think that's the idea. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pop in the description of this video my promotion code. You guys can use that if you're thinking about signing up. You might not already be signed up in any of the areas that Bristol's now live in. I'll put a link to Ola's app. Did I just say Uber? I meant Ola, obviously. I'll put a link to Ola's website in the description as well, and that tells you exactly where they are currently and where they might be moving to. But I did see an article talking about Torquay and Dawlish, maybe, I don't know. It's Devon area, southwest. But the title of the video will confirm that. And yeah, my promotional code will be in there as well. If you're thinking about signing up, bang the promotional code in. You get 50 quid, I get 50 quid. We're all winners. And you don't need to do any trips. Just sign up and boom, 50 quid. Where else can I get 50 quid for free? So guys, that wraps up this video. I'm just about to pick up this customer now. This took me a while because it's rush hour. Traffic is appalling. I hate working rush hour, I really do. But nice to speak to you guys. I'll catch you on the next video. Take it easy.